It's literally, hey, Spotify's telling me that allegedly these are the 5 songs I listen to the most.
Allegedly, yeah.
Or there's some...
I've been accused of having a lot of Taylor Swift in my list, yeah.
Allegedly. There is some conspiracy theories.
Oh, they're not always spot on. I think mine look pretty spot on.
Fine. But it's...
Fine.
Fine.
Fuck you.
I just feel like, no, I'm not analysing. But what a great way to share a bit of authenticity about yourself that is a tad less curated than it usually would be on social media.
Yeah, I
is that not good?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
That's great.
I think if you're one of the people who does ridiculously overshare and share a curated version, how about this?
Right.
Not that I care,
Sure.
but how about this? Sure. If you're sharing shit constantly on Facebook, statuses all the time, vague little posts about
of course.
life, about you and who you want to be and who you are and who you're becoming, or...
It sounds like you're just speaking about someone in particular.
No, there's, there's a lot of people who do this.
Okay.
Who are the...
Still using Facebook?
Not necessarily oversharers, maybe even on just Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably the more common platform.
Sharing a very like you said, curated version of their lives and very controlled and very, this is the brand you're presenting.
Yeah.
But then you see your Spotify Wrapped and go, oh, fuck, I can't. Oh, God, I better not post that because that's not on brand. Or that's not, I don't want people to think that of me. Then you probably need to do some self-reflecting.
Yes, so I'm saying this poster...
This podcast goes deep.
You mentioned then OCD in the terminology that most people use in such a casual way, but on the flip side, you are OCD, so it's very ironic.
So it's ironic because...
Because what you did then, you just flicked it through remotes away, and you used it in the casual way that, for example, a teenage girl in high school highlighting her notes would be like, I'm so OCD.
Yeah, sure.
Which is not what the disorder is. Yeah. But you mentioned it then in a casual way, moving remotes away.
Look at us talking about OCD while I check each of the cameras individually and repeatedly. My God, I'm so sorry. And look at me apologizing for my OCD. It's so OCD of me.
Don't apologize.
I used to get that all the time. People going, stop fucking saying sorry.
Oh, me too, but I wasn't apologizing for being OCD.
What were you apologizing for?
Just for existing.
Don't be that harsh.
Just
for existing.
Maybe that Bieber song was written for us.
Listen, it's all good. We got budgies right outside, but they're being quiet.
Bodies?
Bodies, no, budgies.
Oh, budgies.
We'll talk about bodies in a minute. Bodies.
That Justin Bieber song, Sorry, maybe it was written for us. Is it too late now to say
Is that an early one or no, that's 2015.
I'd say mid.
Mid. Shut the fuck up.
I won't shut the fuck up.
We're talking about mid.
Well, if Justin Bieber burst onto the scene, and I'm going to say 2009, and it's now 2022, Justin Bieber 2015 would be mid.
So I'm having a conversation with this girl this one time, right?
Yeah.
About she said she went to a Bieber concert, and I said, so did you see? I was really curious around the idea of girls screaming when they see someone they like.
Yeah, me too. I'm interested.
You wouldn't do it?
No,
you wouldn't scream.
Because I went to a One Direction concert and it was so unbearable.
It's weird because I can understand. Yeah, woo, Bieber, come on.
When they come out,
yeah, but I can't understand seeing someone going like physically.
Yeah. For so long.
And I asked her.
Yeah.
I said, "Did you scream when you went?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I did." And I said, "Why?" And dude,
was this the end of the date? Was this the only date you had?
No, this wasn't a date. This was actually in a classroom, dude.
Oh, okay.
And
sorry, you talk about girls so often.
We were close.
As if they're dates.
We were close friends at the time, and we actually had a falling out. We just didn't speak for a long time.
Was it a falling out about this?
It was probably like 10 months. It was only like 10 months after that I said, "Hey, dude, hey," like we just sort of got sat next to each other in another class, and I said. We were just like got to chatting. I was like, "Hey, so really sorry about that." Fucking, she's like, "It was just really weird. You just started pressing me on why the fuck I screamed at a Justin Bieber concert." I was like, I was really just honestly just fucking curious. Like, I still just don't get it. And she said, "You piece of shit." And we got back into it. It's all good. Danny Lee, where the fuck you at? You in Melbourne or you in England now? I forget.
I bet you if you went on Twitter, her name would have been like Danny_Aussie Belieber 2012. It would have been something like that. Yeah. As if she was the only Aussie believer. But yeah, shout out to Justin Bieber.
Shout out to the Biebs. Where's he at in 2020? No, he put out a couple of records.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe last year or the year before. There was like a religious one.
Did he do a Kanye one? I don't. And by that I mean Christian, not anti-Semitic.
No, of course not. Yeah, I think he. I don't. Let's rephrase that. He wasn't doing Christian music, but it was Christian lyrics or
Yeah, sure.
inspired by his religion, but it wasn't gospel.
I knew about the one that was, I didn't listen to it, but the album that was like laced with the Martin Luther, like the MLK quotes, the Martin Luther King quotes.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember. Yeah.
I have something about justice. Like he said something about justice.
I think that's the name of one of the albums.
And justice. And he cut the quote in a way where it's supposedly he's talking about something. The end of the quote leads into just, and then it leads just it, and then it's the way it leads into the next song. It almost makes out like he's trying to make Martin Luther King say Justin Bieber talking about.
Oh, gotcha.
And the point people were trying to make was this is disrespectful.
Did anyone counter argue that point?
The FBI. No, I got no idea.
So, shout out to the Beebs.
I love this setup. This is always our best setup on this podcast. I always like this one.
I agree.
I mixed it up for the sake of mixing it up, and there was no point.
It reminds me of old times, old classics.
I know, right? With we won't talk about what we talked about, but we will talk about the On Our Phones podcast.
Are we kicking into it?
That was the fucking preamble. This is the show starting whenever the fuck you want to do it.
Welcome to On Our Phones, a podcast with two guys from Melbourne, Australia. We talk about things on our phones and things that aren't on our phones. Is something going wrong? Oh, it's good. I was so nervous though, but I didn't want to have to do that again. I didn't.
Now you've ruined it, so I know you don't have to do it again.
We don't have to. Yeah.
I think you nailed the intro. I was like listening to it with my peripheral sound. Anyway.
That's nothing. Welcome. We haven't done this for a while.
That's not a thing.
How you been? We haven't done this for a while.
Fuck yeah, we're good.
Today is the second day of summer, which isn't as good as the first day of summer.
Wait, you said my name.
Oh, I didn't say anyone's names. My name is Jayden Shepherd, and sitting across from me is
Wow.
my co-host, Ben Myers.
Wow.
But I didn't. It's not like I said my name and then forgot yours. I didn't say either of our
Don't you
names.
say On Our Phones podcast, I'm Jayden Shepherd, that's Ben Myers.
I got thrown off, and do you know why I got thrown off?
So I stood up.
Yeah.
I was dancing around. But that's my OCD, don't blame me.
Oh, okay.
That's my fucking OCD. Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever spoken so much about the O, the C, and the D.
The OCD is not bad. It's like under wraps. Like it's totally under control.
Perfect. I love that for
It's just
you.
when we're doing things like I have to take care of a laptop, 2 microphones, and
That's
fucking
fine, that's
1,
fine.
2, 3. I did the thing where I'm gonna go.
That's fine.
Ready? And fucking this camera, and fucking this camera, and fucking this camera.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all good. It's been a while since we've recorded. How you been?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah. You went to Hawaii. Hawaii.
I believe it's Hawaii.
Yeah, I believe it's Kai.
A volcano in Hawaii erupted the other day. How good?
Were you the volcano?
I was. You know why? No, I'll tell you
Was
why.
it you on your back?
No. I'll tell you, the volcano was at a different point.
Ha.
Americans walk so fucking slow. No offense to any Americans listening. They're slow.
Your one's there. Yeah.
And I don't care. I don't care where I'm looking. There. I don't give a shit.
Is that one of that one?
Americans walk so slow, so when I'm walking fast, I must have felt like a volcano to them because I was pounding the pavement.
Oh wait, you pace.
Oh yeah.
And they're big.
But I'm big, but I'm still fast. That's the thing about me.
That's the thing. They're more. Wait, what's the Is that like a monster, a giant?
Like Godzilla or Kong?
Yeah. Whereas you come along, you're the fast giant, and I've never heard anything like it before. It's
Imagine if King Kong was at the Olympics doing the fast walking.
so fucking.
That's
up to
me.
it.
But they're so slow.
That's what the whole body positivity movement is about. The end goal is fatties in the Olympics, and they're doing the power walking.
Why not?
And it
That's
ends up in
my new dream.
And it's Godzilla. It ends up in Tokyo. They just did Tokyo 2020. But the next time it's in Tokyo,
It'll probably be 100 years, but sure.
it will be in Tokyo Olympics. It will be heavy man, the power walking, running with fatties. They're all running along the track. They're all, And all the
There'll be no Americans in that race.
yeah, no, but my point is that all the Japanese spectators will be going, oh,
Yeah.
Godzilla. Yeah.
I
That's
wanna-
the
I wanna-
film, isn't that's the
That
game in
is
the
the
film,
film,
isn't it?
but I want to
Godzilla.
compete. If you're playing this
I did that
100
good.
years in the future, I don't get to compete.
What?
You said,
Oh, you don't get to compete. You want to compete.
I want to compete. I feel like I could.
We'll work some now, man.
We'll work it out. Americans are so slow, so I must have been the volcano for them. But speaking more broadly, Hawaii was great, but now I'm back in Australia.
Hi. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about this. We haven't spoken about it. I made it back in Australia in time to do my state political vote in person. Now, I don't want to talk about the politics of it, but you were involved.
Not at all.
You were involved. Let's not talk about the outcome. Let's not talk about the
talk about
people.
me. Let's talk about
Let's
me.
talk about you.
And what I have to do with politics.
You were
My
involved.
connection, my connection to the election.
Can
yeah.
you explain it a bit more? Because
your connection to
the
the
last time I spoke to you, you were frazzled.
Well, unlike you, I do want to talk about it, but I'm legally unallowed to talk
Oh, really?
about it. Yeah,
Oh.
sorry.
Not even a small little inkling of it.
Nah, I can tell you as much as I want. Who we got here? Hello? That's a weird one. Oh, SodaStream City. You got a SodaStream?
I don't.
This will be bonus. This will be a bonus. Keep going.
Be what?
Bonus, like the SodaStream part.
I do know they're popular though.
Do the SodaStream ad and we'll send it to him.
I'm not going to do the ad. I
don't
don't do
want
that
me?
for free. I do know they're popular. No, because when I used to work, front end. People would come in with their SodaStream bottles and be like, "How do I exchange this?"
Oh yeah, we got and they've got the flavors, like all
Yes,
the different flavors and
yeah.
stuff. This is just becoming a
But this is back in the
We're
day when
doing-
they didn't have the flavors. They just had like the set. People would be like, "How do I exchange?
How do I
this?"
SodaStream
You
mine?
walk
Yeah.
into the aisle.
Cheers, yo.
You walk into the aisle.
job.
You grab a new bottle. You come back. You give us the old bottle, and we will exchange it.
Yep, and that was easy enough for you to do.
It's not hard.
That's our ad for SodaStream. It's not hard.
But you were talking about your job at the electoral.
Guess what I'll tell you is this. So it's my job to sort of, because I'm the VCM, I'm the voting center manager, and it is my
Which
job.
I was shocked at.
Yeah, I run the whole operation for an entire day, and they shouldn't have trusted me. They shouldn't have trusted me.
Oh.
No, well, they should have trusted me, but they shouldn't have believed I could.
They were desperate.
Should I be? Can I manage? Can someone like me manage that level
No,
of responsibility?
no.
Can someone trust me with that
No,
level of responsibility? They shouldn't. They should have someone a bit more experienced. But you go on the website and they say, "Hey, anyone can do it." It's like a fucking game show, dude.
Anyone should not
But
be able
it's
to do it.
a democracy, but it's democracy, and we all have an equal
Did you
part
have
to
to
play in
interview for
democracy.
it?
Nah, I just
You just did it.
No. They called me and said, "Hey, what do you want to do? We've got a few roles available." And they said, "Here's the, you've got the election official, which, you can just fill out some, just give people the ballots.
Right.
We have the, or if you want to make twice that amount of money, if you want to make a couple of grand instead, we can give you the manager." And I said,
Show me the money.
I said, take it. Yeah, I said, take it. Guess which people I had I can't go into, there are some things I can't talk about.
Sure.
But for now, what I'll tell you is, guess which of the party members, the people handing out the pamphlets and stuff, like the volunteers and the
I thought we weren't going to get into politics.
No, we're not. So have I told you this?
No, you haven't. Because we haven't spoken much since.
So the people handing out the pamphlets, guess
Yes.
which of those candidates, representatives, volunteers I had the most complaints about and had to deal with the most throughout the day? Guess which? It was interesting.
I'm going to say a team with the colour red.
No.
Oh, really?
A team with the color green.
Oh.
Weird. And also the animal rights activists.
Oh,
The animal rights
okay.
activists. A lot of complaints. And then the less surprising one was the CFMEU. But the shadiest one?
You can't reveal what area you were in, were you?
I shouldn't.
We can't cut anything, can we?
It's okay. I can cut if we need. If you say something I can't.
You weren't the seat with Sam Groth, were you?
Sam Groth.
The tennis player?
Oh.
That wasn't your seat?
Who did he
It was like a Mornington or something.
Who did he represent?
It was like,
Who did he represent?
I think it was the Liberal Party.
Here was Chris Crowther, or I forget his name, Chris
Okay,
someone.
so-
I met him on the day. Which, by the way, I'll tell you something about him off air.
Sure, off air. But no, there was
all good guys. Everyone I worked with on the day was all the party representatives and candidates were great people.
I only asked because the former tennis player Sam Groth won a seat down this way, and I didn't know if it was the exact area.
Groth. I've seen the name Groth.
Sam Groth. He's very tall. You couldn't miss him. He had a nice. Couldn't miss him. He had a nice serve.
A nice.
He had a good serve.
Yeah.
But it went okay outside of the harassments.
Outside of I was just under the pump. I was managing a whole fucking just set.
Was it worth it?
I mean, I haven't seen the money yet. But I'll see the money. Nah. I went in and asked for a little bit of extra money. I said, "Hey, look,
I've done much more." I said,
"Hey, look, you pay me for the day.
Yeah,
you pay me for the day, right?
Yeah."
I was there till fucking. I started at 6. I started early.
Yeah,
and on top of that, I was there from 4 till 3 the night before. I was there till 3 in the morning the night before. I got like 3 hours sleep.
Right.
And I was the last one there. I went till past midnight that day. So you can say you're paying me for one day, but I was there for all of 3 days plus a day of training plus this. Give me. How much do I want? I didn't give him a price, but I said just double it. Keep on.
Do they even have that in the budget?
I want you to double it, and I want you to keep on doubling it. Do they even have that
in the budget?
I don't know what their budget. I don't know what the fucking budget of the Victorian Electoral Commission or of Australian democracy is. You can't put a budget on democracy. It's priceless.
I thought a lot of them were like just doing it for the fun of it.
Doing it for the fun of it. Oh, yeah. Some people do it for the fun of it. Yeah. Some people just like doing it every few years. Some people, that's what they treated it like. At the end of it, they're like...
Oh, it's good fun.
They're like, yeah, so I went in to hand in some extra paperwork the other day. And this lady goes, so was it fun? Did you do it again? Have a good time. You'll be back in 4 years for another one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I loved it. Count me in, put my name down.
I mean, the thing is, at least you're getting paid. The people, people who volunteer at the Olympics or the Commonwealth Games, they're just volunteers.
That's wild. You know what's wild is that another job that I do, which I also can't talk about.
You can't talk about much.
Sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
A lot of disclaimers in my life.
You're like one of those YouTubers who is like, I've got something in the works, but I can't talk about it yet. And it turns out to be like a book or something, or like an Etsy store.
An Etsy store, dude. We should start an Etsy store.
We should not, because then we'd be one of those YouTubers.
So, what was I talking about?
You've got another job that you can't talk about, because you're sworn to secrecy.
Sworn to secrecy, and in that job, what do I do there?
Well, you can't say.
No, but what were we talking about? Why was I wanting to talk about that job?
Because I was saying that people at the Olympics and Commonwealth Games
volunteers. The other job I do the same thing.
Yeah.
As like, what some other people at that job do. This exact same thing. And some people are volunteers. I get paid very well. Other people have just been doing it for years, and I don't know if they're just like...
Are they older, though?
They're in their, 90s, yeah. They've got nothing else to do with themselves.
Yeah, that's to keep themselves active. That's a bit different. That's volunteering.
And they love what they do. I love what I do.
Age.
I love what I do, but I need money.
Yes.
To fund...
your life.
To fund all this. No, no, this isn't all that inexpensive.
That's great. So
I love this podcast.
I've been good. You've been good.
Let's get into we haven't do the intro.
I've done the intro. I'm not doing it again.
What are we talking about on this episode of the show? What's been on your phones in the last fucking how long since we recorded? 2, 3?
There's been a lot of things on my phones.
Yeah.
This wasn't at the top of my list, but I'm going to put it at the start of the show only because it was on my phone. And I don't know if this is going to go down like a lead balloon or not.
No, hit me.
But how can I avoid it? Have you seen the footage coming out multiple times now of the people at Fed Square?
Oh, burning.
No, for the soccer.
Yeah, for the soccer, burning. There's flares. Well, they're lighting themselves up.
Flares.
And that's a concern of mine? Is that not a concern of yours? Or are you just talking about more like you like seeing people getting out and partying?
Well, it is crazy. They're not partying. I mean, they're watching a game. The fact that...
They're watching a game.
The fact that Federation Square
they're blowing
can
off
be
steam.
Packed.
That's what I always say about sport. I watch guys playing footy. I'm like, what is going on? I'm watching it with my brother, really into the footy.
Right.
And I enjoy footy. And I go,
I didn't know that he was into the footy.
This is just really when you think about it. This is really when you think about it, just a lot of guys just blowing off steam, just getting out there and letting it all out there on the field, and we're just encouraging them and cheering them on for it.
It's literally
and getting
men
behind them,
playing sport for millions of dollars. Sometimes,
And we
not always.
love it. Yeah. We're just giving them like an opportunity to sort of keep their testosterone and their hormone levels under control.
But you know,
and
when
make sure they don't do anything stupid. Make sure they don't do anything stupid off the field.
Yes,
some of them do.
They do. They still do.
Some of them do
Yes.
drugs and
Stupid things.
There's other things. You know, let's just say they might kick and handball some other things as well.
But like but I just find it crazy. Like when you're a kid in primary school, you might be playing kickball, or you might be playing down ball.
Ha!
And then
Kickball
and
or
then
down
years
ball.
later, you go into a job where you're doing something, and then these other people are still playing sport for a living. It is crazy.
Are you that interests? You're proud of them. You're happy for them.
I mean, it's a complicated dilemma. Obviously, you know that I enjoy sports.
You enjoy
but
sports.
I do find that it's crazy that people literally do that for a living. They play a sport.
I think the weird one for me was always like getting to an age where I go, these aren't superstars. Like I'm just watching people and I go, I see that guy at a bar every other
just a
week.
person.
Yeah, I'm like, that guy's younger than me and he's just a dude. And in my opinion, I reckon he's a dork. And I see him on the streets and I go, man, if you couldn't kick a ball and if you hadn't been given a big platform to blow off some steam, you wouldn't be with that girl.
Well, also, if they weren't blowing off that steam in that way, they would probably be killing people.
That's what I'm getting at. They'd be fucking murderers, dude. Thank God for sports, because it gives us something to go to Fed Square and cheer for and blow off a flare, and it gives them a reason to blow off some steam and give them the attention they need to maybe feed their ego a little bit.
Sure.
Some of them, not all of them. I'm sure some of them would rather I don't think there was one AFL player or sports star worldwide that during the pandemic, when there was no crowds, going, yeah, it's better when it's quieter, when there's no one watching.
They needed.
They need it. They need the energy to thrive off. That's where you perform, dude.
Yeah. There's literally people, and I work with them, that during the pandemic, when there was no sport, their lives were empty. And these are people who don't play it. They're just viewers. They're like, what do I do on a Friday night now? Or what do I do with my whole Saturday?
Yeah.
So there's two things here. The people who play sport for a living, would be going nuts if they didn't have
bananas
outlet. The people who watch it went nuts when there was nothing to watch.
Yeah.
They had no idea of comprehension of what their life could be without it.
That's an interesting thought.
And sometimes I think maybe was my life better without sports.
You serious? Well, what were you doing as the alternative?
Oh.
I had the alternative because I'm the wrestling guy and I'm the
Is wrestling a sport
and the
or a
occasional mixed martial
television
arts
show?
guy. It's a television show,
television show.
but that's my entertainment in the way that sports is. It is, I guess, the more theatrical version of a sport, a theatrical alternative to a sport. So therefore, for those who aren't into the one that is more physical, but then again, I'm into the mixed martial arts. So it's like I have that.
Yeah.
But they were professional wrestling and mixed martial arts were the two of the sport forms of sports or sports entertainment or combat sports that continued during the pandemic. They never stopped.
Oh, okay.
They did empty arenas and they had Fight Island with the UFC. They just found an island somewhere and just set up a small warehouse. Same with NXT.
I mean, it was the same. Eventually,
WWE and
the NBA
and AEW.
Do you recall the NBA went to Disney World?
And they did like the fucking screens and shit.
Well, yeah, not just that, but like literally all the games were at Disney World.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Bring that back. Bring that back just for a week. We
and
should
the
do 1 week
players-
of that every year.
the players
It should be
literally-
COVID Remembrance Week, where we just all the sports not shut down, but just do empty arenas. We have the fans zoom in and have their faces on the screens, and we remember
Sports are trying to make money, not lose money.
Yeah. What do we remember? We remember the
I think we can
fun
all remember.
times. We remember the people who died. What do you remember?
Let's not. Why we got to get away from the C word though, and I mean I'm part of this too. For example,
Cock.
My sister. Well, no, let's not
I'm
get away
part of
from
this
that.
too. I'm part of this too.
Let's keep back on that C word. But my sister this week goes, "Oh, I think I've got COVID," and I said, "Tash,
Grow up. Get over it, bitch.
it doesn't." I know. Well, I said it's not
Bitch.
good that you're unwell. It doesn't matter if you have COVID or not COVID. It matters that you're unwell.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
At this point, because I said, look, you could do a test right now and it says positive, and
You're still going to be fucking sick.
yes. So you need to find a way to not be sick.
What you're saying essentially is COVID, common cold, there's no fucking difference.
in 2022 compared to 2020.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong there.
I agree.
Don't get
I
me
agree.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Confuse him. Confuse what he's saying.
2020. So no, we don't need to remember the empty stadiums. We just need to keep with the full stadiums. My point is being that I enjoy sport, but like, do I enjoy it like a lot, or am I just doing it for the sake of like doing it? Does that make sense?
Do it. Yeah.
Am I just paying attention because like I like picking teams and then I like winning and the feeling of winning, even though it doesn't really. Do you know what I mean?
Huh.
Like, how much am I enjoying it?
How much? What? What did you just say?
Maybe it's too big of a conversation for
No,
today.
what did you just ask me?
I said, how much am I enjoying it?
Oh, I thought you just looked at me and said, like, how much money do you make a week?
Oh, well, the
And I went, more than you.
Oh,
no,
well,
I probably
after
don't.
you had your
Whose
political
phone?
stint.
Is that me or my phone or your phone?
Surely it's not me.
Okay, I got no idea.
I'm on silent.
We're on our phones. It's the podcast.
I'm on silent. But back to the original point, the Socceroos
Oh yeah,
on our phones, they're going nuts. It's a good sight to see. It's a good news story.
You like that? Yeah, we like that.
I mean, I'm not watching it.
I'm not watching. I'm not watching
happy for
this.
them.
I'm not watching the soccer. No, I'm not watching the soccer.
But I'm happy for them.
You can go watch the soccer.
You can go stand at Fed Square at 2:00 in the morning.
It looks like they're having a fun time.
They were.
I wish I was into it.
Can you imagine a whole game though? Let's ponder this. In that whole game, there was one goal scored.
Yeah, I mean,
Not to like, be a Debbie Downer on anyone's favourite thing.
yeah.
But when they cheer, when you see those scenes of them going nuts because the goal scored, that was the only time they got to do that the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's. I'm with that and I'm not with it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm with that and I'm not with it.
Fine.
I see the pros and the cons of a low-scoring game. As in, let's say there are goals every other minute. People go a little bit nuts. People have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
If there's one goal the whole fucking 2-3 hours,
Yeah, I get ya.
then someone's going to be letting off a fucking flare, and there is going to be.
Two
Let's
flares.
just say
There
there's
were two.
Let's just say for 3 hours, you've got a lot of people who have some steam that is ready to blow
You
off.
keep on coming back to this steam.
But the problem is,
Yeah.
let's say, what if no one kicks a goal? Sometimes no one kicks a goal. You've
That's
got a
it.
lot of people who are very aggressive and have a lot of steam to blow off after the game, and that's when you see.riots. That's when you see stampedes.
I've seen chairs being ripped off the...
shares, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, chairs being ripped off the
Shares.
stands.
Yeah.
Thrown down.
Yeah. People get hurt. People get injured.
Yeah.
People get killed.
But...
I was in a stampede once.
What?
Did I tell you about the stampede I was in? Falls Festival?
Yes, you have, yes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's actually been on one of these podcasts,
Yeah,
the old podcast.
I nearly died, yeah.
Yeah, you've told
died.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I cried.
That's understandable.
Oh, I cried. Me and a girl embraced each other, shaking.
You
and
saved
said,
her.
"Oh, man."
You were part of helping her. If I'm correct. Is that correct?
Yeah, I saved a life.
Yeah.
Not only did I just survive within a nick of my own life, but I saved many others' lives too. That's just.
How was it for you
implied,
when
and
you were
it's
seeing
fine. It's
Astro
fine.
World? When you saw Astro World, the footage there, was that hard for you to watch?
Astro World, you're referring to the Travis Scott's Astro World, the festival in.
He's the only one that does that Astro World festival, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know where I was going.
He
with that.
runs it, so
Well, he has the Astro World album, and it's his sort of brand. He's coming back. Travis Scott's making a comeback. Yeah. What were my thoughts on
was
that?
that hard for you to watch?
No.
Okay,
No. You're asking me.
because
I
you
mean, it
experienced
sucks.
something
It happen-
similar.
It happens a lot. It's bad. It's
Yeah.
Well, one of a few things is poor crowd control more than anything
I
else.
saw Harry Styles at the moment is in South America, and he actually, I don't know if it was him or if it was just the concert promoters. They told him to stop, and they kind of stopped for a couple of minutes to just sort themselves out.
It just happened with Steve Lacey the other week in Melbourne.
Did they stop it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think it was Melbourne. I think it was a free show, Steve Lacey, and they said first in, best dress.
Okay.
And I think people rushed the joint.
Oh.
It happens all the time when there is just with Falls in Melbourne, it was people going from DMAs to I can't remember. London Grammar to DMAs
so
or
yeah,
something.
large groups
One
of people
stage
all
and
of
the
a
other.
sudden moving.
110, yeah, the biggest British act and
Yeah.
the second biggest British act at the festival, and there's a small tent and a small door and 10,000 people, 20,000 people, and they all go one way, and I'm just right there ready for it. And I'm right there going,
Yeah.
this is fucking ready to take me. I can
And
fucking
that is
I can
why
withstand it.
that is why that is not my type of place to be. I'm an indoors person.
Yeah.
And
You feel safe here in front of the cameras and the microphone.
whenever an artist comes out to a festival in Australia, I'm like, oh, side gig.
Sure.
You know,
And you can sit up back in your own little booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should look into getting you a disabled booth in future, so extra space for just you. And I'll come, because I like that. I like the separate section.
Yeah.
I like the separate,
great.
the segregated section.
What else? What else has been anything happening on your phone?
Just on Astroworld, the festival. Yeah, I think like 8 people died, and that's horrible.
It is horrible.
That's really horrible, but it's happening more and more recently. It happened in this soccer game in was it in Indonesia, and it happened with the Steve Lacy concert.
Do you think a part of it was that
it keeps happening?
Crowd crushes happened, but there was footage of Astroworld where it was almost like once the chaos started, they kept on playing. Like it was almost like
what? Yeah,
it was not handled well after the fact as well.
By the press, the media, the managers of the festival.
Well, no. There was footage of like people screaming to stop and let the ambulance through.
So that's a weird fucking one because, yeah, I mean, people act like they know. Travis Scott definitively knew people were dying.
I'm sure he didn't.
I disagree. You've been on. You've never been on stage, right? I've been on stage with one flashlight in my eyes, and you can't see a single person in the crowd. This guy has a million flashlights in his eyes, lasers, pyrotechnics all around him.
Not Travis Scott, but the people who were working in the crowd. There were people who like kind of got up onto the rafters and were trying to tell security, and all security was kind of saying was like, "Get back down."
Yeah, because I think that's a fucking weird one because it's like you're a security guard and you've been told, hey man, you post if someone from the crowd gets up, just tell them to fuck off, get away. You can see people going up to cameramen and telling them, it's like, what's a cameraman going to do? The cameraman's job is to do this.
I hope at least in the future that all these people are aware that if someone does come up to you, take them seriously.
And the people blaming Travis Scott, who say Travis Scott knew and he wanted them to fucking die and he could watch them. There is this one video of a body being carried out while he's literally right above him and it looks damning, but then again, you need to keep in mind that lights are on him.
Right.
He cannot see. Anyway, but if you watch the full concert, if you watch the full footage, there is this bit like moments before where he literally stops the music. Mm-hmm. Literally stops it and says, "Yo, there's a guy out there. Stop, pull that guy out."
Did he stop it for long enough?
Well, he says we need him. Well, it's like, why would he stop it then when he sees, yo, some guy's out? He's like clearly concerned. Yeah. He does that. And then like a minute later, doesn't see. There's a lot going on at one of those joints and one of those festivals. We need to keep this podcast alive. We need to keep it funny.
Of course.
Move it that way. Yep.
Of course. We're going to move away from Travis Scott. I do believe a lot of it was to do with his reaction in the aftermath. But let's move away. Cool. How's this headshot? We're moving away. While Ben is moving back, we're moving away.
Moving away from Astroworld and moving back to here. I've got the Astroworld. Oh, no, Astroworld. I lost my Astroworld album. I gave it to someone and they never gave it back. Or as in, we think their landlord stole it. Yeesh.
Like, wait, do you mean a physical copy?
Yeah, as in a vinyl. I had 10 of my favorite vinyls stolen by my friend's landlord.
Why would you give away vinyls if they really...
I was loaning it to a friend, like as in because he just got a turntable. He had like brand new like $20,000 sound system. I said, hey, take some. I was like doing record exchanges with him week by week,
right?
Just going, here's a bag, because he'd spent all this money on the sound system, but didn't have any records. So I said, take these, and each week he was bringing me the bag back. Swapping.
Gotcha.
All of a sudden he goes, I have a house inspection. The next thing you know, I go, yeah, let's switch these records. He goes, I can't fucking find them. Mm-hmm. He goes, we don't know what the fuck happened. And the only thing we can think of, the only thing we can track it back, and it's a big bag of a heavy bag of 10 vinyls.
Right.
The only thing we can think of is the fucking landlords and the inspectors, because the inspectors had an inspection just in there by themselves. The only thing we can think of is these guys were music lovers, big Travis Scott fans, and they took the fucking Astroworld vinyl.
So now you or him doesn't have Astroworld.
Beautiful purple vinyl. No one has. We don't know where Astroworld is.
I've got a great transition for you right now.
Astroworld's in Dallas, Texas, I think. No, where is it? Is it in Austin? I forget. Houston. Thank you. Yeah. Houston City Limits. Yeah.
Visits to the Houston Astros in the basketball.
Yeah, was the original fucking theme park.
The theme park, yeah.
You know about Astroworld?
I do,
the original Astroworld. Great.
I've got a transition for you on music. Yesterday was the 1st of December, and Spotify Wrapped released their annual...
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's talk Wrapped.
There's 2 types of people. I don't know which one you are.
Interesting. I'm a tweener. I'm a fence sitter on this one.
Are you? So you know where I'm going?
Yeah, because I could go either, but you let me know. What do you think?
There's people who say, hey, Spotify's given me Wrapped. They say I can share it, so I'm going to share it. There's other people who say, I don't want to see you fucking Wrapped. I don't give a shit. You're on the fence.
I want you to go.
No, I want you to tell me why you're on the fence.
Well, I know what you do.
But you would have seen what I do.
You share it.
But what's wrong with that?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it.
But then why am I a
tweener?
Well, why would people have a problem with it? No one's saying you have to share it, but people go, I don't want to see any more of them. Okay, just skip. Just press your button.
Skip it like you do any other thing you don't like. I guess there's an element with me where it's like I could post this and I could share it.
You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to.
There's a part of me that really wants to. I don't care about being judged for sharing it or not sharing it. I don't know if I care about being judged for not being cool enough based off my top picks. What do you think? You clearly don't.
I mean, so...
Not that I'm saying your top list is anything worth of judging, good or bad.
Oh, no, you could this year. For a small second, I thought, is this cool? It's not cool, but I posted it anyway.
Cool? Huh.
So my top 3 were songs from Harry Styles.
Skip it up and beat 'em butter.
Oh, you know it. Well, Sushi. And then track number 4.
We need to do do a Japanese, get it like a Japanese guy to do a cover of the music for sushi.
You've already made references to Godzilla and Tokyo, and now we're going to do sushi. We need to stay away from Asia.
It's instead of music for a sushi restaurant, skip it up and beat 'em butter. It's music for a sushi restaurant. Oh.
Right.
That's it.
I'm just going to leave it there.
That's it.
And my tracks number 4 and 5 were songs from like the 1970s. So
that's what it was. I went, I don't know that one. It looks old. I looked at it and I went, that looks old. Ugh.
Yeah. So
that didn't come out in 2022, Jayden. You out with the times.
Well, I'm at least glad that my top 5 was a bit of variety. It was last year my top 5 was all the same artist, and the year before it was as well.
What do you think? Okay, I don't want to talk about mine more because I haven't posted mine. I might share it in a second.
Sure.
Who knows?
I don't care if you do or not.
I might come out with my...
I don't care if you share it. I care that if you have a problem with other people sharing it.
No problem with other people sharing it. What I will get into is, should we talk about the revealingness of people's character with their Spotify rap? Do you ever do we analyze? Are we allowed to analyze? Is that bad? Are people wanting? I know if I shed mine, I'd be wanting people to analyze. Are you doing that?
I'm not analyzing, but I'm enjoying that they're sharing a part of them. Because you know what we talk about with social media, that it's a facade and it's like 1% of our lives? Well, this is a way to... It's a way to kind of be like, hey, this is what I'm listening to. And I didn't curate it. Well, you kind of did. But it's literally, hey, Spotify's telling me that allegedly these are the 5 songs I've listened to the most.
Allegedly, yeah.
Well, there's some...
I've been accused of having a lot of Taylor Swift in my list, yeah.
Allegedly. There is some conspiracy theories.
Oh, that they're not always spot on. I think mine look pretty spot on.
Fine. But it's... Fine.
Fuck you.
I just feel like, no, I'm not analysing, but what a great way to share a bit of authenticity about yourself that is a tad less curated than it usually would be on social media.
Yeah,
is that not good?
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
That's great.
I think if you're one of the people who does ridiculously overshare and share a curated version... How about this?
Right.
Not that I care, but how about this?
Sure.
If you're sharing shit constantly on Facebook, statuses all the time, vague little posts about life, about you and who you want to be and who you are and who you're becoming, or...
It sounds like you're just speaking about someone in particular.
No, there's there's a lot of people who do this.
Okay.
Who are you?
Still using Facebook?
Not necessarily oversharers, maybe even on just Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably the more common platform.
Sharing a very like you said, curated version of their lives and very controlled and very, this is the brand you're presenting.
Right.
But then you see your Spotify Wrapped and go, oh, fuck, I can't. Oh, God, I better not post that because that's not on brand. Or that's not, I don't want people to think that of me. Then you probably need to do some self-reflecting.
Yes. So I'm saying this poster...
This podcast goes deep.
It goes deep, yeah.
This podcast goes deep. Spotify Wrapped goes deep.
I just think that it's not a big deal. If you want to share it, if you want to share what you're listening to, share it. Don't overthink it. Don't try and curate your life. Just go for it. Yeah. Just enjoy it. Just go for it. That's what I think. It's no big deal. But
it's never a big deal. What's that reminder? I got to call my work.
Nice.
Oh God. Yeah. great.
But yeah, it's such every year.
Yep.
The debate is about, oh, why are people sharing so much?
What? Yeah, good voice. Oh, you were doing that thing. I thought you were doing the voice, and then you had some sort of like controlled throat thing. You went, why are people doing it?
Yeah.
Do you need a hit of my vaporizer, or do you need a, what do you call it, a asthma?
No, I'm good.
You got
I'm
asthma?
good.
What was
I'm
that?
good.
Someone
all
left
good.
the microwave on. Who left the microwave on? Woo!
It's all good.
Someone's in trouble. No, we kid.
It's all good. So yeah, that's Spotify Wrapped. Enjoy it.
And that is
Life's
Spotify.
too short. Life is too short.
What else? Let's talk more about it. What else do you have? You had Harry, you had Taylor. Who was your most? My most listened to artist was surprisingly Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Which I think it would have been in 2017. Then I hadn't listened to a lot of, and then it's not like I even necessarily loved the album that came out this year. There was a lot of great tracks on it that I returned to. Wouldn't have thought he would have been number one. But
Wait,
then
was your number one song or number one artist?
number one song was Denzel Curry with Sanjuro.
All right.
With 454, and that was listened to like 62 times. It's a quick song, that being said. It's like a quick, like little punchy rap song, which I love, and I love rapping along to in the car.
Go for it.
And what's the other one? Then there was, I forget the rest, but then it was the Earl Sweatshirt with maybe Titanic, and I forget the rest, but I think the top artists were Kendrick Lamar, JPEG Mafia, Z Loopers, Earl Sweatshirt, and then Pusha T, which are all sort of like, I see it and I go, I don't think, like, I wouldn't have thought that would have been the top. I would have thought there would have been artists I listened to a lot more of.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess there was maybe songs of theirs that I just hit the most. Like,
I'm pretty sure. I think
by
it
one.
registers after 5 seconds of playing the song.
yeah.
So if you don't skip it soon enough.
It's weird. It's weird with different with podcasts and songs and stuff.
Yeah. But that's it. It's the same with
5 seconds. I thought it was 30
Netflix.
seconds. I thought it was 30 seconds.
Same
But
with
maybe,
Netflix.
no, that's
I believe if on Netflix, if you watch a minute of something, it counts as a view.
And then it continues, puts it in your, like, there are shows that I'll watch for like 10 seconds and go, not me, not for me. Go, whoa, this sucks.
No, but I don't.
This sucks, and then it'll be in my continue watching for weeks.
You know how
I don't want it. Huh?
You can get rid of it.
I can get rid of my continue watch. Yeah,
you go on the desktop.
Very good.
I've figured it out.
You go on the desktop. Oh, you go on the desktop.
You go on the desktop, you go into the control center, you can like literally clear your certain history, and then it'll go out of that.
It's a smart TV. It should do it for me.
Oh, I wish.
That's smart.
Other streaming services don't. I actually tweeted Binge one time and said, "Hey Binge,
Hey,
on
Binge.
on Netflix you can
Binge.
you
Hey,
can
binge,
clear it.
Binge, chill.
Yeah,
Binge. You can clear it.
I said, you can go in and clear. You'll continue watching. Why can't I do that here?"
I shouldn't do.
And I said, "Oh, that's a good feature. We're going to look into it."
They said that.
Yeah.
They replied to you.
Yeah.
Did they send you a month's free worth of Binge or a year's free worth of Binge? Fuck Binge.
I need Binge sometimes.
No,
that's
Binge is
that's
good.
how I watch The White Lotus.
Yeah, that's where we watch Succession. Is it?
I need to get onto that. I need to watch that over the
I
holidays.
haven't seen either. I need to watch it. I need to watch
Need
White
to watch
Lotus.
it.
What else were we doing? Spotify Wrapped. What else?
What else you seen on your phone?
I was top. Were you top percentile of any artists?
We all know that's bullshit.
You reckon it is?
I think they say that to make you feel better about yourself.
No, because I've had that. I think it might be right. I think it could be right.
Okay, I mean,
Because it's like,
I think there it goes again.
what is this shit?
I don't know.
Are you happy with the podcast?
Yes.
Dude, we're having fun, aren't we?
We're having fun.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, but there's only so much that I've prepared.
I don't care. Because we could go all night. If it gets to the point of...
We're not going all night.
Shut up. If it gets to the point... I will literally pull out a fucking magazine here.
Yeah.
I'll literally pull out the Mornington Peninsula magazine, including Greater Frankston. Includes Frankston? Some people might not be so happy about that. Oh.
Well, I'm happy about Frankston.
Oh my god, that's $1,999 for a fucking... Look at that lounge. Look at that lounge chair.
Where's that from?
This magazine or this lounge chair?
No, the lounge chair.
That's Steph... You know Steph Gilmore?
The surfer?
You know your surfers. That's Steph Gilmore. I think my friend Kate Myers took that photo, actually. That's Steph Gilmore. And was it taken by Kate Myers? Yeah, I think it was taken by my friend Caitlin. Went to school with her. Had a crush on her. Haven't seen her in a while. She's round.
Right.
Love her. Love you, Kate Myers.
There
Love
we
you,
go.
Steph Gilmore. Anyway, what I'm saying is we will talk about fucking everything in this room before we finish. This podcast
It feels like one of those.
doesn't
I feel like one of
end.
those teachers who was like, "We will stay until we finish the work.
We will
stay," and then you realize they legally can't keep you after school more than 10 minutes.
Or we will stay all of recess.
Yeah.
until someone owns up to this.
Yeah.
And you know what sort of kid I was?
The owner-upper?
Yeah, when I hadn't done it. I'd cop the blame.
then-
I did this repeatedly. I did this repeatedly where they'd go, who's just, what was one that I got in trouble for? Who's just shat on the fucking, no, I don't know. who's just come on
What school did you go to?
who's just come on my table? Who's just come on my desk?
Who's
just masturbated on my desk? My year 4 teacher.
Oh, you sound like you're at Parliament House.
Mr. Roddy.
Okay, here's the problem with this.
Who's just come here and I go, you're all staying in recess until whoever owns up to ejaculating on my desk.
But then they think it's
And I'd go,
you.
yep. And I go, yep. All right, fine. And he'd go, come with me, Ben.
Okay, this is the problem with this. This happened.
And everyone would get to go to recess, and I'd be the hero. But it wasn't about me being the hero. It was about just, no one was going to own up to coming on the desk, because that's disgusting. Whoever did that, fucking gross.
Did that
dude.
really
Grow
happen,
up.
or were you just using an example?
No, that was just
example.
that was hyperbole example. I think all that happened was someone
Okay, here's a real life example of this situation I've got in grade 2. Do you remember the
grade 2. Here's a real life example.
It is.
Here's a real life. All right, kids. Here's a real life example from grade 2.
It is. But do you remember what you would use for glue as a kid? It was like clag. Do you remember that shit?
Sounds disgusting, but sure. Is it like clay?
No, it was like a glue, but it was more of a paste.
Yes. Continue. Yes.
Someone literally put a shit ton of clag on someone's seat, and then the teacher pulled the whole "no one's going until someone owns up to it." After a couple of minutes, this kid did own up to it, and we're like, wow, he did that. Then he tells us afterwards, oh no, I didn't do it. I just wanted us to all get out. But the problem is, in my mind was like, now, are you just telling us that you didn't do it, but you actually did do it, but you want us to not think you did it?
Interesting.
It's like a fucking murder mystery.
Interesting. Well, I
So
think...
what is to say that he didn't actually do it, but then he owned up to it because he felt guilty, but then he wanted to tell us that he actually didn't do it?
Well, in high school... we go into the change rooms, right? We go into the bathrooms, the boys' change rooms. We're all getting changed. And then about a minute after getting into there, we're getting changed and we're sort of, swapping from uniform, button-up tops to sports uniform.
Yeah,
you get the deal.
You need to be sporty.
We've only been in there for about 2 minutes and someone goes, oh shit, whoever was in there previously, in the gym previously, I had not spray painted, like used a aerosol deodorant can and spray painted a dick on the wall. A cock.
Right.
Fine, whatever. It's deodorant, it comes off.
Yeah,
but it's there. And also because of the light, it's hard to see because it's sort of like, it's transparent, it's translucent. It's like, and the sun's not coming through at the right angle. It takes a second to see. It's not like it's actually dark red spray paint. So it takes us a second to see it.
Okay.
We see it after about 2 minutes and we go, oh, there it is. And we go, we should probably tell the sports teacher, right? We should probably just let him know. So on the way out, we come out and go, hey, by the way, we just fucking, someone's like sprayed a dick in there. And he comes out and immediately goes, well, which one of you's fucking done it? We're going, no, we came in, saw it, let you know immediately, right? And then
why would you do it and then tell them? Like,
exactly. And but he's so dumb that he goes, no, well, you've been in there for a few minutes already. You've clearly done it. It's like, no, hey, look, dude, it took us a second to see. We were getting changed. We came out and told you, dude.
Yeah.
He says, no fucking sports lessons for you. We're going theory. We're all going theory. You're all getting the books out, which, by the way, we're in like year 8, year 9, so we never did theory. He gets us all textbooks. And
Surely
for the next,
you guys do theory every now and then.
and he gives us fucking like just weeks of like not until someone owns up to it, whichever fucking one of you. And we're all going every week, going, dude, look, hey, we're all going, hey, you're an idiot. Like, what?
You should have all owned up, like fucking Spartus.
Yeah, dude.
Spartus?
I think at one point
Spartan?
so that was the point where I said we've been doing like. Because he stuck it to his guns on this one.
Oh, okay.
As in, he went, I'm not, like, budging. I know one of you's done it, even though none of us had.
Right.
And I go, it got to the point where it'd been like, all right, it's been 3 weeks, and he's still, like, waiting for one of us to fess up. And I just say, like, I'm talking to people and going, I'm going to fess up to this. I'm just going to say I've done it. I'm just going to say I've done it because this is fucking bullshit.
In this
I'd rather
situation,
cop
it
a
was
severe
clear that
punishment.
you hadn't done it.
It was so obvious. It was so, and honestly, I can't remember how long it fucking went on for. And I said I'm going to do it, but then I think other people in the class said like, no, dude, if you fess up, we're going to say you didn't do it. And I'm like, but this is just fucking, what do you want to do?
Oh, they wanted you to...
He was killing us. He was a good guy. He just was confused. No, I saw him at a bar. I hung out with him.
This aerosol can, did it even like leave a stain on the wall?
That's the thing. It's wipeable. You can wipe it down. We were all waiting for the moment where he said cock, because he didn't say it. Like he didn't actually say what it was.
He would be the type of teacher to be like, this Felix?
Yeah, sure. It was like after the point of like 2-3 weeks where we're in class, and even he's sick of doing even he's sick of reading, and he's going, puts down the textbook and goes, look, whoever and just goes, all right, who is gonna own up to this? And we're like, dude, is this breaking us or breaking you? Is this breaking you? Is this killing you the most?
Because you know why? Back to what we were talking earlier. Men need to get their aggression out. He was going to get his aggression out by being a sports teacher. And being like, come on, Johnny, kick that goal.
Big time.
Kick that goal. Come on, Johnny. Because he couldn't be a sports player. He had to be a sports teacher.
Straight up. And
then so 3 weeks of theory broke him down.
The moment he said it, he goes, whoever thinks it's a good idea to draw a 3 foot tall penis on, and we all sort of sat there going,
he said penis.
Yeah, he said it. He said it. What's the other time that happened? Penis. Oh, dude, penis. This, so dumb. It's like a presentation. We're doing a presentation on vampires, and Dracula has a 6 foot large penis. Is that right? One of the historical like folklore vampires has a very large penis.
Right. Okay.
And I'm doing a group presentation on vampire films, the Twilight films. I think I talked about Twilight. People talked about the history. It was like film cultures, I think, was the class, and we had to talk about that. And this guy calls me, he's messaging me, he's talking to me, who's in my group presentation. He says, hey, so I'm talking about this. Do you think it'd be funny when before I say, because there's a few times where I make reference to his 6 foot large penis, I cough and I say, penis. And I said, what? And he goes, so if I was talking about, like, it was his idea of a joke. So each time during the presentation where he'd go, so he pulled out his 6 foot large penis, and
is this at uni?
At uni.
No.
So he asks me whether I think that's a good idea to do during this graded presentation for our final mark. And he goes, so should I do this thing where but every time I say penis, I go penis? And I said, as opposed to just going, no, dude, that's a fucking horrible idea. You're going to sabotage the project for us.
What'd you say?
I'd just go, yeah, you'd do it. It'd be funny.
And how did it go?
He did it in front of the whole class, looked like such a dick.
Yeah.
And dude, in the notes on the fucking project,
Really?
the fucking teacher said, I did not understand the whole coughing penis thing. The whole coughing penis thing. Deducted marks for it. And that was so worth it. Holy shit.
See, I'm all
just because I got to see him up there, some fucking dork pull a bit that didn't look comfortable saying penis. He's 6 foot large. Penis.
I'm all for comedy in these presentations, but that is not going to land.
Fuck, that's funny. Yeah, no, it didn't stick with anyone. No one. And the moment he said it to me, he's like, do you think that'd be funny? Do you think that'd be okay? And I went, yeah, dude. And it's like, fuck it. Yeah, it's penis. It's saying penis. Fuck yeah. We're all 26 years old.
Yeah.
We're all 23, 26.
Oh my God.
I'm 26.
That guy should really link up with the sports teacher and just start talking about the 6 foot tall and the 3 foot tall.
Why do they love it so much?
What else? What it is.
What else do we want to cover from on our phones this week?
It's not. Hey, something that wasn't on my phone that happened in real life.
Hit me. You went to Kauai.
Yeah, it was actually not in Hawaii though. It was in the air.
Hawaii.
I just have a bit of a issue with people on the planes doing certain shit.
I could have guessed it was about planes. Half an hour to go.
I have a few pet hates. We're going to go through them really quickly.
Pet hates when you're in the air on what airline? Kauai Air?
Doesn't
Hawaii Air?
Jetstar.
Okay. You don't want to talk shit about Jetstar. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's fine.
No, it was actually really good.
Jetstar was actually really good.
Jetstar was really good, but I'm not here for that.
I am.
Number one, biggest complaint.
Shout out Jetstar.
Biggest complaint about people in planes. People who bring hats on board.
Oh, Scooby-Doo, dude. Scooby-Doo.
Okay, that's different from Scooby-Doo rocks.
Wait.
Close. I actually, when I saw Scooby-Doo before I first went on a plane, and that plane is so spacious that I thought, oh, that looks like fun.
Baller.
Then you get onto a plane and you're crammed into a tiny seat. But why? Look, my dad explained to me, you know, if you've got a nice hat and you don't want it to be crushed in your suitcase, it makes sense to bring it on the plane. But then people come into the plane and they've got to have this fucking hat. It pisses me off so much. It's taking up space, and they either wear it and it's obnoxious, or they put it in the overhead, or they put it on their lap. It's a no-go for me.
Yep.
Number 2, pillows or the neck pillows. Just suffer.
Or the neck pillows.
Suffer without.
Oh my God, suffer without.
Suffer without.
Wow.
Because
Sort
it's
of
another
I don't know if
thing.
I expected you on that.
When
That's
people are
a weird.
walking-
Okay, that's a pet hate. I don't know if how valid that is, but sure.
So you think the hat is valid?
I'll humor you on this one. Let's hear it.
It's just, let's say they've got it's another thing they have to carry, or it's connected to their backpack, and they're walking through the aisle, and then people are getting hit with their fucking net pillow because it's kind of swinging off to the side.
Yeah.
Or they have to hold it, and then they're like, got too many things in their hand. They got their passport, they got their ticket, they got their neck pillow. And you just look at them struggling.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's
yes.
like, I am detested by how much you're struggling right now.
Sure. It is pretty bitch to like just be. Yeah, I know what you mean. The headphones and the neck pillow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why
Looking
are we doing the
uncomfortable,
double?
like fucking.
Why are you doing the double?
Just walking through like uncomfortable, like stiff as shit. I've got so
Yeah.
many things on them on a plane.
Number 3.
So many things you could put in your bag.
Yeah, true. Number 3, no matter how long the flight is, you don't need to be changing into pajamas. It is not necessary.
What the fuck? Who's doing that?
I've seen it before.
That's so douche.
People literally change.
Where? In the aisle, in the toilet?
In the toilet.
Yeah, I
you
guess
can't do it in
true.
the aisle. You can't drop your pants in the aisle.
I've seen people drop their pants in the aisle.
Really?
Yeah.
They should be kicked off.
There was no.
They should be ejected.
Ready?
Yeah.
I had a bit of an interesting one on the
I
flight.
can't even understand it.
I had a bit of a interesting situation on the flight today when on boarding. Just before we are able to dismount the aircraft, we're going to be having the Australian Defence Force, the police, entering the aircraft to get someone off the plane. Just standard procedure here, one we don't have to do with regularly, but if we could just remain seated until the police have come on.
You do know that you can actually hear them a lot better than that. You're talking about a train, and that's a train announcement. So, do you have any context to what happened?
Oh yeah, no,
Well, not really.
I think he might have it was either like something to do with. I can't remember how we worked it out, but it was like a valid source that confirmed he was like either involved in some sort of like drug taking or sexual activity in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And the police had to go.
I think he might have actually had some sort of ejaculation in the toilet.
I can't understand any of it.
Some sort of sexual activity going on in the restroom. All sexual activity and drug taking is prohibited on Jetstar Airlines. Thank you.
My last point, and this is something that people should be smarter about. Watch what you're watching on a plane. Think about what you're watching.
Yeah. What have you watched?
I watched things that would be fine. Well, I was the corner seat, so it didn't matter. But let's say I was the aisle seat, and you have people walking past. You got to think: am I okay with anyone walking past seeing this? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I do. I get uncomfortable in moments on a plane where I'm watching something that's pretty tame, pretty safe, and then there's a raunchy scene. I'm watching White Lotus. No, I'm watching whatever. You know,
You're watching Toy Story, and all of a
Toy
sudden,
Story, and
his mum.
Yeah, and Woody's got a Woody.
Yes.
And I'm sort of looking around, going, I put the screen down. You know what I mean?
So I was really conscious about it. There was
Some
a
people
film.
aren't. Some people aren't.
There was a
at all. I don't
film
like
with
that.
Emma Thompson called "Good Luck to You, Leo Grande,"
Don't think I know it, but yeah.
which is about an older woman hiring a young sex worker.
Huh.
And I knew that there was a few scenes that were pretty explicit, and I thought, no, I won't watch it. I do want to watch it, but I won't. Just
Not
in case.
here, not now.
But then I walk down the aisle, and I literally see Emma Thompson in the middle of the bedroom.
Oh, so the film's called what?
Good luck to you, Leo Grande.
Good Luck to You, Leo Grande.
But it's pretty clear what the film
everyone
is.
else, and you said to the guy watching it, you said, hey, look, everyone else held off, all right?
Everyone else.
I held off for on the plane. Can you just wait? Get till you get off the plane. Wait till you get to your hotel
I was smarter. I watched
Hawaii.
I watched Captain America. I watched... What else did I watch? I can't even remember now. I watched Knives Out.
On the plane. What a great film to
It
watch
wasn't
on
on the plane. It was on
It's a
my
great film
iPad.
to watch on a plane.
Yeah.
The new one.
The old one.
The original one. The old one.
The old one.
2019.
Oh, the old one.
The old
2019.
The old fucking Knives
It's
Out.
almost as old as Citizen Kane now.
Dude, I'll be saying that when the new one comes out. It can't be as good as the old Knives Out as the original. The 2019 Knives Out.
Well, the thing is that the new one's not even called Knives Out. So,
Yeah, do you like that?
yeah, I love it.
I love that.
I fucking love it.
You would.
And then I get annoyed.
You would.
I was buying my ticket the other day, and because I went twice. This is quick. We were about to wrap
This
up.
is such a Jayden story, but yeah, I love this.
And the attendant asked me what I was seeing, and I said, I'd already booked a ticket, but I needed the popcorn. So I said, I'm seeing Glass Onion. She goes, oh my God, I didn't know that was only out for a week. I came in today and I was going to put gold class tickets for next week. And I said to my manager, where's Knives Out 2? And I nearly dropped the fucking popcorn. And I was going to be like, it's not Knives Out 2. It's fucking Glass Onion.
Why Glass Onion? I like
watch the film, it'll be revealed.
Okay, Knives Out, you can sort of see makes sense walking in.
Well, from very early on, you'll walk into Glass Onion and you'll see.
Wow, I'm intrigued, dude.
But
Wait, when does it come out on Netflix? Tonight?
December 23rd.
Fuck, it's too long. It's too long.
It's too long. They screwed up.
Well, that's going to be our Christmas. Is it? What? It's a Christmas movie. Is it a Christmas movie?
It's not a Christmas film. It's not a Christmas film, but Netflix in the last couple of years...
they're trying to make it the next Bird Box.
That wasn't even at Christmas either.
Watched it on Christmas.
Oh, fair enough. But I think that came out like a month earlier. But
remember the Bird Box challenge? When people were walking around blindfolded?
If only there was a camera right there. I looked right over.
Use that one. Sorry. The third camera died. I'll look at the camera and shake in your disapproval. Actually, no, I'm about it. Thumbs up, Bird Box challenge, baby.
It was fucking stupid. It was so fucking stupid.
So people did the Bird Box challenge. You did it? We all did it?
No, I did not do it.
Hey, everyone do the Bird Box challenge? You did the Bird Box challenge? Anyone? You did the Bird Box challenge.
Right. I still haven't seen it.
No one else here did the Bird Box challenge.
I didn't even see it.
You didn't the Bird? I swear, I did the Bird Box challenge with you, dude.
I didn't see it. How did we get here? Because we're talking about what's on planes. There's my reasons for hats on planes. I think it's time to wrap up the show.
Let's do the... I remember after we watched the Bird Box, the film, which you liked, by the way, yeah?
I haven't seen.
Well, obviously you don't like the Bird Box challenge. Okay, well, you felt like you missed out. You didn't have the cultural, like the subtext.
No, I had the subtext.
To refer to.
I can understand what the Bird Box challenge is.
People blindfold themselves, yeah.
Yes.
Because it was who? Sandra
Bullock,
and
in the film,
Machine Gun Kelly.
I couldn't see what the monster was.
So I watched it with my family and we're like, what's the Bird Box challenge? Then we watch it and we go, oh, people blindfold themselves. And then the next night, me and my cousin and my brother are out and we're smoking a joint. Yeah. Right? And I'm walking around in barefoot, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like nighttime, so we can't see shit. And we're just stoned shit going. We're going, let's do it. It's the barefoot Bird Box challenge. Just walking around stubbing our toes on concrete, and we're stoned, so we think it's a great idea.
Should we send that clip to Sandra Bullock?
Send that clip to Sandra Bullock, yeah. So
love you, Sandy B, but I still haven't seen the film.
Sandy B. Anyway, one more thing we wanted to talk about before the end of it.
What was it? You tell me.
No.
Fuck, that was some dead air.
You know,
The number one rule of broadcasting is no dead air.
Not on this podcast. We switch it up. Fucking sirens in the background. Fucking birds. Fucking
Alright, it's time to wrap up.
Killing our fucking dead air on the podcast. Wrap up the podcast.
How's your coffees?
Yeah, my coffees were sick. I made them both.
Good.
Yeah, wrap up the podcast. We wanted to say leave a 5-star leave a 5-star rating, leave a review on the Apple Podcast if you use Apple Podcasts.
Spotify.
Leave a positive review. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. We have the YouTube channel. We have the TikTok if you want to do that. The TikTok isn't really popping off. I don't know about the YouTube. Maybe the Instagram's doing okay. I post some videos on the Instagram.
I'm all about people going to Spotify, listening to the pod, and then...
Listen to our podcast.
And then physically telling us, hey, we listened.
Oh, yeah. Send us a message or whatever.
Yeah, send us a message to say, hey... All the message has to say is, hey, I listened.
And if you follow us or subscribe to us, we give you a little... In the next podcast, we say thanks. And that's what we're doing right now. Thank you for everyone who subscribed. We got like... 80, 90 5-star reviews on Spotify.
Perfect.
So thanks so much.
Any
I can't say 90 names.
Any 4-star?
Well, I saw we were on 4.8 stars for a while, and then we went to 4.9, then we went to 5. So people like us.
There you go. Been a great pod. Thank you for listening. I think that's time to wrap up. Any last words?
No. That's it. You did great. Sorry for the dead air, everyone. Love you lots.
Well, the thing about podcasting is you can evaporate the dead air. It's not radio.
It's not radio, baby.
It's podcasting.
It's on our phones.
And it's time to rest my hand.